I'm sure we've all heard the phrase, an apple a day keeps a doctor away. But what if you eat too many apples? Too much of a good thing can be bad. Too much TV can put you at risk for Alzheimer's and dementia. Drink too much water? All of a sudden your brain is swelling. And too many antibiotics? Well, that's definitely not good. Antibiotics are drugs that we use to treat bacterial infections. You might have heard about the infamous bubonic plague that ravaged Europe in the mid-1300s. Antibiotics are actually a big reason why the bubonic plague is a thing of the past, and why common bacterial infections we see today, such as strep throat, pneumonia, or even a scratched knee, don't come with a death sentence. So far so good, right? What could possibly go wrong? Antibiotics aren't foolproof. They can't kill 100% of bacteria. Let's think about it like an obstacle course. Normally, the obstacle course is manageable. It just requires a few monkey bars, so most people can complete it with no problems. Now, a corporation takes over and makes it a competition. They want to make the obstacle course as hard as possible, and they create a selective pressure so that only people with good upper body strength can succeed. Now, you also have to climb a rope and scale a wall. Most people fail. But Chad, well, he succeeds because he's a gym rat. Let's apply this to bacteria. In this case, each kind of antibiotic becomes a different obstacle that the bacteria needs to overcome to survive. Successful completion of that obstacle means that the bacteria is resistant to that antibiotic. That means that this bacteria can survive to produce another generation of bacteria that will also be resistant to this antibiotic, rendering that obstacle useless. This is the phenomenon of antibiotic resistance. Overall, this creates a selective pressure for bacteria that are resistant to all different kinds of antibiotics, meaning that the bacteria that eventually emerge victorious are major threats to global public health. The ease of travel in today's age also means that these super-resistant bacteria can easily spread across the globe. Can you imagine having a bacterial infection and not being able to treat it with any antibiotics? The prognosis would not be good. This is a huge issue in today's world. We haven't been able to add any novel obstacles to prevent bacteria from achieving their ultimate goal of world domination, because no new antibiotics have been discovered since 1987. So, what can we do to help? As an individual, you can be mindful of your own antibiotic use. Take them sparingly. Human immune systems have had millions of years of evolution to figure out how to fight infections, so they're pretty resilient. It's best to leave antibiotics for when we really need a little help, and not when we can actually get better on our own. When given antibiotics, make sure you finish the whole course of treatment to fully eradicate the bacteria. Otherwise, it's like you're giving the bacteria a hint into what obstacle they have to overcome. And the next time you need to use that same antibiotic, those bacteria will be prepared to overcome it. You can support organizations aimed at promoting antibiotic resistance awareness across the globe, and lobby for policies limiting antibiotic use in plant and animal farms. A 2019 report from the United Nations warned us that there is no time to wait. Unless the world acts urgently, antimicrobial resistance will have disastrous impact within a generation. The responsibility falls on all of us, as members of this global community, to be serious about antibiotics in order to combat this crisis of antibiotic resistance.